Okay, class of 2021, you may be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, students, family, friends, and community members, and especially our seniors whom we're honoring here tonight. Welcome to the commencement exercises of Elizabeth Tate High School. My name is Ann Browning, principal at Tate High School, and it's a great honor to be a part of this special evening recognizing our graduates. I would like to introduce our participants on the stage tonight. First, Mr. Luke DeVries, our assistant principal, and Ms. Christina Brown, guidance counselor. Please join me in thanking them for their outstanding leadership. Next, we have Superintendent Matt DEGNER and members of our school board, J.P. Clausen, Janet Godwin, Ruthina Malone, Lisa Williams, and President Sean Eystone. Thank you for being present tonight and your countless hours of service to our district. Before we proceed with the commencement, I would like to take a moment to recognize our staff and faculty of Tate High School. Faculty and staff, thank you for committing yourself to developing a strong program at Tate High School, which addresses the needs of each of our students. And yes, I meant to say each student. I believe this is what sets Tate apart. Our teachers take the time to get to know students just beyond their strengths and weaknesses, but about their goals and passions. Tate staff notice when students are preoccupied by personal issues that affect their academic work, or when a student who worked late the night before is struggling to concentrate, or when a student's anxiety is maybe too much to call on in class. Taking the time to talk with a student, demonstrating care and understanding, and then developing a plan for support and improvement. Our seniors sitting here tonight have benefited from your dedication and desire to help each student. Tate teachers are leading in the areas of MTSS and blended learning. Tate teachers and staff recognize that building strong relationships with PBIS at its core is a foundation of effective teaching and learning. That's a lot of lingo, but it represents a lot of work. Their goal is to help students understand the material and concepts and not just grading, seat time, or workload. A more specific example is their weekly monitoring of students' grades. To ensure academic success, the DNF list is printed off each week, and teachers submit weekly reasons for the failing grades so we can match our interventions to the student's specific needs, such as warrior work time, academic supports, or modification and accommodations to assignments. The teachers and staff are not waiting for students to fall behind to provide help. They're pushing them forward each week to succeed. Through PBIS, they recognize and acknowledge improvement each day and encourage student success to build their newly found confidence. Thanks for being so flexible and adaptable to our students' needs this year. More than ever, our students needed a teacher who showed high caring along with high expectations. It's energizing to work with a team who can problem solve and keep trying new ideas until one of our plans works out. Your efforts always pay off, and there's so much more, our staff and teachers. But thank you for allowing me to point out a few that make the Tate staff so effective. It's not always easy, so thank you, staff, for making Tate such a great school. Please help me recognize our faculty and staff for a job well done. Staff, could you please stand and be recognized? And before I recognize the seniors and their accomplishments, our graduates do realize that our staff are not the only persons here that help them succeed. So at this time, the seniors would like to invite and recognize their parents and guardians for their support. If we could have the parents and guardians please stand up and be recognized. And now for our graduates. You've proven that hard work and perseverance pays off, and I share in the happiness with your friends and family gathered here tonight to celebrate your achievement. Thank you for attending Tate High School and choosing to become a Tate warrior. This has been a year of many ups and downs, starts and restarts, and adapting to change and adjusting to a new normal. Congratulations on giving it your best each day. You persevered and succeeded, and I'm sure some days were better than others, and here we are at the end of a very difficult school year on the edge of hope that the worst of this pandemic is over. The majority of the U.S. schools offered hybrid learning model with a mixture of in-person and remote learning. Tate High School was no different. The class sizes were smaller, and the COVID safety precautions kept us from being too close. Our lessons were online, and we communicated through email and Zoom. We learned new ways to be innovative and offer more flexibility. We adapted to not seeing our friends and coworkers each day in exchange for staying safe. Whatever model you chose to learn, I hope that you felt supported and cared for. This last trimester together was a nice change of pace. Being together, returning to our building, and supporting each other felt right. We are still hidden behind masks, but not screens. You brought life back to the hallways and cafeteria. Albeit brief, the time we spent together during the third trimester was so fun, especially the day with the obstacle course and the Island Vibes food truck out front. Thanks for that fun day, Mr. DEGNER. And congratulations, seniors. You accomplished so much this year. You've proven you can adapt and succeed, and I hope you will take advantage of the many opportunities that will present themselves to you. And I hope you'll continue to be that Tate warrior who will persevere and hold on to your core values. Congratulations. I'd like to take this time to recognize a few seniors who have received scholarships to pursue their education next year. And when I call your name, if you'll just please stand up to be recognized. First one is Nisi Monteroso Ramirez. Nisi is a recipient of the Diana Paulina Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $250. And then we have Alexis Foster, not sure if she's here yet, and she plans to attend Mount Mercy University. In addition, the following seniors were recognized at our Senior Awards Assembly as strong leaders in the building displaying their core values. If you four will stand up when your name is called. The Caring Award went to Nisi Monteroso Ramirez for helping his peers. And next, the Ownership Award went to Gage Minter for taking ownership to his education. The Respect Award went to Clifton Kelly, a great addition to Tate. And lastly, our Ownership Award went to Olivia Elmore, such a deserving award. Thank you so much. And lastly, I would just like to draw your attention to the back of our tonight's program as a list of community members, businesses, and groups that have supported the mission at Tate High School and acknowledge their help. We appreciate their assistance very much, and they have all had a hand in our seniors' accomplishments. We are truly grateful for the community's support. We also appreciate and acknowledge the Iowa City Community School District Foundation and the Iowa City Community School District Board of Directors, Superintendent Matt DEGNER, Assistant Superintendent Amy Kortemeyer, and Nick Proud, Executive Director of Teaching and Learning. Thank you for your continued support. And now, Assistant Principal Luke DeVries will introduce our student and faculty speakers tonight.
I believe so.
I did.
Tonight we'll have the honor of hearing from 3 graduates who are chosen to speak at this year's graduation. Our first speaker will be Genesis Gillespie. Genesis enrolled at Tate last year. During her time at Tate, she has matured in many ways. We are proud of her accomplishments and so proud she is standing here in front of you today, willing to share her story. Please welcome Genesis.
Good evening. I am so grateful to be here tonight as a Tate graduate. I was forced to do this speech, so if I mess up, y'all know why. No, just kidding. I want to start out by saying going to Tate and being in high school in general helped me realize a lot. I took everything as a joke, and it had finally caught up with me. I used to always get down about doing assignments and getting things right, and I would end up just giving up because it was so overwhelming. But I realized things don't just happen on their own. You have to make them happen for the better and to better yourself as a person and as an upcoming adult. One of the things that I appreciate about Tate is that I received a large amount of encouragement from teachers and staff. I liked how they noticed and appreciated that I was there at school, even when I was 3 periods late, but also telling me how I was doing a good job even when I doubted myself. These past couple weeks, I've really seen things differently. I went from, I can't do this, to maybe I can do this, back to, I'm never going to make it, and now I'm here, saying I did it. And I wouldn't have done it without Tate and all the wonderful teachers and staff in the building. So thank you to Ms. Fitzgerald for your positive energy, encouragement, and your loud voice that everyone can hear around the building. Thank you, Ms. Curry, for everything and also helping me with this amazing, heartfelt speech, and also our class discussions on topics that didn't even have anything to do with our lesson, but also made my day. Thank you to Dr. Riney for noticing the little things I do and not only being a teacher, but also a friend. Thank you, Ms. Uli, for being so helpful, and I can't thank you enough. And to my favorite staff, Ms. Hoskins and Ms. Ebony, it means more than you think when I see how excited you are to see me at school, followed by a tight hug. And thank you to all my teachers for always believing in me, and not only, but all the students here tonight. Congratulations to class of 2021. We made it.
Thank you, Genesis. Our next speaker will be Senior Spirit HALL-CARPENTER. Spirit is also very new to Tate. You can clap, it's okay. She deserves it. She's been an exceptional student and role model, and we are very proud of her commitment to education by attending daily and completing her extra work. Spirit shows her core values daily, which we all appreciate, and we wish her the very best. Please welcome Spirit.
So, hello fellow classmates, staff, family, and friends. Some of you may not know me. My name is Spirit HALL-CARPENTER, and I'm going to fill you in on my experience at Tate High School. I used to tell myself I'm not going to be here unless it's my last option, which it turned out to be. I was getting into trouble, fighting, missing too many days from being suspended. I was given the option to go to Tate, which turned out the only choice. Every staff member gave me their full attention. They believed in me, they pushed me, and they helped me with many things in and outside of school. Even from the phone calls to get up in the morning to show up, they actually cared for me to see this day and walk the stage. So I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. And thank you, Mom, for walking with me every step of the way, every fear, and every stressful day, and pushing me when I was ready to give up. It paid off. Well, with that being said, it's 2021, and I'm done.
Thank you, Spirit. At this time, it's my honor to introduce Caitlin Hauskins, our first faculty member to deliver a commencement address to our seniors. Caitlin has worked at Tate for the last 6 years as the Student Advisory Center Coordinator. Her role is vital in ensuring that all students who visit her in the SAC are seen and heard, and that any support they need is met. Caitlin is a strong advocate for students, and they in return feel very comfortable talking to her. Please welcome Caitlin Hauskins.
All Hi, everyone. I'm a little shorter than everybody else. Okay, so I was worried I was going to cry, but I already got it out of the way with the last two, so thanks, ladies. But as Mr. DeVries said, I'm Caitlin Hauskins, and for the last 4 years, I have had just the biggest privilege of being the Student Advisory Center coordinator at Tate. And my job is super unique because I don't teach an actual class, yet I have the really awesome opportunity to kind of get to know all of our students in different ways. My room is just a place where students can go during those hard moments for support or when they're needing to work through a conflict. So when I began writing this, I tried to quit 3 times. Miss Brown can back that up. I was like, let somebody else do it. Like, I don't want to do it. Someone will do a better job. It'll be fine. No, it'll be too hard to get through. Like, no, I'm not going to do it. So anyone in the blue gowns, can you kind of get how I was feeling on that one? Anybody else? I just wanted to quit, but I didn't. So here I am. And when I started writing this, I thought to myself, okay, no, you're not going to be a hypocrite. You're not going to preach perseverance and grit to these seniors every single day and then just go ahead and quit at the last minute. So I sat down and I poured what I could into this with the exact intention of talking directly to our class of 2021 seniors. So, seniors, what haven't you been through this year? I don't even want to get into the list of how much was taken from you or all the things that were unheard of and different. What I want to do is focus on the resiliency of your class. And it wouldn't be Tate if I didn't touch on our core values of caring, ownership, respect, and responsibility, which our students truly embody. I want to highlight the way I've seen you care for your peers, your family, and yourselves, all while navigating online school, hybrid learning, and social distancing. I want to talk about the times I saw you carry bags of food from Miss Remington's trunk into the pantry in the dead of winter, or the times I saw you bring another student to the SAC because they needed help. I want to focus on those things, the things that matter because it's how we made each other feel. It's how we took care of each other. I want to highlight the responsibility I've seen you take on during some of the most unprecedented times of our lives when not even the adults around us knew really what was expected of us. Some of you worked 2 jobs while caring for family members, yet still showed up and completed your work, carrying on as if you didn't have the whole world on your shoulders at times. I want to highlight the respect I've seen you show during tense moments, when you advocated for yourself and your own perspective. You did these things with self-control and honor. I want to highlight the ownership I've seen you take when it felt challenging to step up and show accountability for your part in conflicts or misunderstandings. During those times when it would have been easier to get up, walk out, or just not let someone in, you didn't. So I considered all these things, and as I sat down to really ponder this, the main word that kept surfacing for me in regards to your class was strength. And when I look out at all of you, I get that feeling in my chest where I want to cry, because I know the barriers you've all broken down to get to this place. I know the struggle and the pain because I've seen it in your eyes as you pushed yourself to greater heights. What I see most today, though, is pride. The pride you all deserve to feel because what you have done here is a hard and important thing. The pride that I'm feeling, that our staff is feeling, that your loved ones are feeling is real, and it's something you should let hang around for a while. Embrace that pride, hold it in your heart, and then go into the world and keep shining. Keep walking through adversity with resilience, knowing that you have everything you need already inside of you. Know that everyone in this theater tonight and many others watching at home are holding you in this space, knowing you have conquered obstacles that brought you closer to your greatest self, to this moment, to this feeling of pride. May it never leave you. In the way I know all I have learned from your class's strength and resiliency will never leave me. Thank you for teaching me, making me laugh, growing my patience, and bringing joy into my life. I will always remember how you've made me feel and how you took care of each other. I'm so proud to know all of you. Onwards and upwards. Thank you and good night.
All right, we're going to go back to our third and final senior speaker. Our final senior speaker is Alexis Foster. So I'm going to read this about her again. Please pretend like you haven't heard it. Alexis has attended Tate for 3 years. She's a very bright and mature young woman. We are especially proud of her perseverance. Alexis exemplifies a true warrior who battles her own unique barriers to attend school each day and to complete her work. The teachers greatly appreciate her participation and efforts this year, and of course, we wish her all of the best in her future endeavors at Mount Mercy University and beyond. Alexis, you ready to come give your speech? Yep.
How everybody doing today? I'm a little nervous. My first time, so. Well, all I want to say is welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and the class of 2021. Oh, this is coming off. Sorry, y'all. My stuff is coming off. But I think my nails are like, yeah. Okay.
You can hold it too if you want.
I think it should be fun. Thank you all for joining. I just want to start off with some powerful quotes. Number 1, don't aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you're going to miss it. Number 2, to be nobody but yourself in a world which is doing its best night and day, to make you everybody means to fight this hardest battle which any human being can fight and never stop fighting. My first year at high school was not the best. Definitely not what the movie showed. Because I tried to live in a fantasy during my high school years when I really should have been living in reality. My fantasy was I was going to be always on the inside, but I always felt like I was on the outside. I tried city, west, I tried the big environment so I could have a fantasy experience, but it just didn't work out. I got in some trouble. I had the opportunity to stay at West or Tate. I chose Tate because I thought it would be the perfect opportunity for what I was going through at the time. It was a small environment. They had good resources, and teachers could help you one-on-one. When I first got to Tate my sophomore year, I was acting a fool. Aggressive, very defiant. I was mean to teachers, kids, anybody that just came in contact with me. Over the years, it took me a while to overcome that by growing bonds with teachers and students and not feeling like people were out to get to me. I knew that they were always there for me since day one, and they showed me no matter what I'm going through, I'm always going to have somebody on my side. You must take life the way it comes at you and make the best out of it, because trying to live somebody else's life is only going to cause conflict in your own. I just want to give a special thanks to my favorite staff. I don't have to say their names, but they know who they is. I also want to give a special thanks to Ms. Brown and Ms. Browning, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be right here speaking today. So thank everybody for coming, and also can we give a big round of applause for the class of 2021.
Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Kevin KOFFRON, our PE teacher, mentor, and basketball coach. As he approaches, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Kevin for coaching basketball, which entails signing up for tournaments, running practices, providing rides to and from practices and games. His commitment to ensuring as many can play basketball at Tate is commendable. Please welcome Coach Kevin KOFFRON.
All right. Hey, Englert Theater. Very proud of everybody that's here. Shout out to everyone who helped plan the graduation, Ms. Barnes, Browning, Mr. DeVries. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's watching online. You know, thanks for helping make time to help celebrate one of the biggest accomplishments in these young warriors' life. I wrote and modified this piece for a music project we had at Tate. It's called A Year in Review. If you feel the vibe, you can show some love like this. All right. These warriors not playing checkers, they're playing chess. A year in review to speak up, say less. World politics shook our core values. Our eyes are wide open now, mirror to look in, Englert stage to stand on. Kindness is core over disrespect. Caring, ownership, responsibility mixed with respect. Take the knee off the neck. We cannot ride the bench. Love is love. Science is real. Supporting LGBTQ. Tate is easy as 1, 2, 3. Women's rights are humans' rights. We must pledge to change the disparity. Equity needs to be shared more fairly. Humanize black people in hoodies, the movement growing traction like Kobe's, marching through the streets of Iowa City, walking with our sisters and brothers, raising our fists for people of color. I can't breathe. No justice, no peace. Injustice, no sleep. We won't sit back and retreat. Black lives matter. Yes, all lives matter. But right now, we're screaming for change. Change, downrange, framed, outrage, change. No more room for mystery. Time for graduates to write, paint, march, and speak their own history. Systemic change in the process. Keep pushing for progress. Unconscious bias in a midlife crisis. We all must work on implicit bias. Not all cops are bad. Pluck the bad apples. Police brutality is unacceptable. No chokeholds, no more. Yes, police training, lots more. No knock warrants are done. Boom. Yes, prejudice statues are being removed. Mindfulness, intersectionality, balancing personalities, stopping Asian hate, no more fatalities. Racist sports teams, mascots are starting to shrivel. No professional athletes won't shut up and dribble. NBA summer jerseys with no last names, replacing it with say their name. Education reform, freedom, enough, love us, unity, group economics, stand up, vote, equality. First responders, military and healthcare workers, these are the superheroes that should be on life-size posters. Pandemic suffering, please bring us together. Red states, blue states, city, suburbs, and farmers. We do not have to fold. We are today years old to do what's best for today's youth. Back to the future, back to the basic truth, which is love your neighbor like a fresh haircut from your barber. Hey, fresh, dripping in Tate blue finesse, fresh like Lexi Bailey, Emma, Erica, Tay, Colton, Gage, David, Olivia, Lucky, and Lauren, Noah, Natalia, Nisi, Jenny, Gabe, and Logan, Piers, Jackie, Mitchell, Yoder, Tansy, Carolyn, Spirit, Shamar, Shayla, Stevie, Shaven, Clifton, Rachel, Raveldi, Reese, Renisha, Rubin, Jay, Jaquan, Jesus, and Zayshawn. Cue the graduation song, we all belong, the resume is strong. Speak of love, save the hate, let's go, class of 2021, Elizabeth Tate.
Members of the Board of Education, I'm honored to certify members of the class of 2021 have met all requirements set forth by the Iowa City Community School District in the state of Iowa. I do hereby recommend these students receive their diplomas signifying completion of their high school education. So to officially accept this recommendation, I'm pleased to introduce Superintendent Matt DEGNER.
I'm a little bit taller than some of the other folks, so we'll put it up here. Hi, everybody. Good evening. We're gonna do a little audible in your program here, and the first thing I'd like to do is have Jesse Smith come to the stage, please. Go ahead and stand right there, Jesse. So one of the traditions that we have in the district is we present Shine Awards to employees who go above and beyond in the call of duty, if you will. Honorees positively influence, inspire, and leave a lasting impact in the work they do every day. And so Miss Browning has nominated Mr. Jesse Smith to receive one of this year's Shine Awards, and I'm going to read the nomination letter here. Miss Browning writes, Jesse Smith represents the impact one dedicated teacher can have not only on a student's life, but also on a school as a whole. As the MTSS coordinator at Tate High School, Mr. Smith makes sure the district initiatives are carried out, making sure these initiatives are tied to our weekly PD, evaluating their effectiveness, and making sure each of us is following through on responsibilities with fidelity, so in the end we can make data-informed decisions. Jesse helps us to work smarter, not harder. When he's not working to inspire his coworkers, you'll find him sitting quietly helping students one-on-one. Mr. Smith pulls in students who have carried an F in class for longer than 3 weeks as they complete that work with his help. This is a huge stress reliever for students. He is there for students who miss several days of school and need extra help. He stays at school until 6 p.m., helping students with barriers that prevent them from being at school during the day. Students respond to his easygoing personality, his ability to decipher if they need a break, need to be heard, or need to be pushed academically. He has the patience to explain the concepts in just the right way. Mr. Smith has helped countless students over the years recoup credit via independent studies while providing them that human connection. Mr. Smith is aware that our students not only need academic support, but also sometimes they just need an adult in their corner to help them out. Thus, Jesse generously purchased Tate t-shirts for the PBIS store, donated his money for our barbecues and special events, and this year took a student shopping to get clothes they needed for interviews. He then helped the student with their application and drove him to the interview. He will even pick up a student and get them to school, even if they only live 2 blocks away. I think what this student needed more than a ride was knowing that someone cared about him and actually wanted him at school. What I am trying to convey is that Mr. Smith will do what it takes to make Tate High School an effective and caring school. PD, paperwork, report writing, providing rides, buying shirts. He'll do what it takes so students feel they're a part of the school. Mr. Smith is a bit of a warrior himself. Despite dealing with some significant health issues, daily bouts of nausea and exhaustion, he shows up each day without complaint and ready to go. Mr. Smith is such a wonderful role model to both staff and students. He's a fun coworker to be around and the epitome of a professional who comes to work each day with one question on his mind to base all of his decisions: what's best for students? The result of him asking this question each day makes him the most effective and dedicated teacher supporting every student that needs his help. Thank you, Mr. Smith, for being our taskmaster, for keeping our vision and mission at Tate at the forefront of all we do. Thank you for developing strong relationships with students that keep them engaged and connected to school and ultimately earning their diplomas. You deserve this Shine Award. We also want you to know we support you and we are here for you. Congratulations, Mr. Smith. Good job. This is yours. The whole while Coach K was coming up here, I was worried he was going to expose my basketball game. We can't talk about those performances of the rec center, Coach, so not good. But thank you for that. That was great, too. So thank you, Ms. Browning. I want to also start by thanking those of us with us today. The Board of Education for the Iowa City Community School District, thank you for the time you volunteered to lead our district. I also want to give a special shout out to our staff and their commitment to excellence this past year under the most difficult circumstances. To the parents, friends, and loved ones of our graduates today, thank you for the role you've played in helping them achieve this milestone in their lives. Finally, to you, the graduates, thank you and congratulations. You are why we are here as a school district. You are our purpose, and we could not be more proud of how you represented the school district this past year with the perseverance, determination, and grit you showed to be here today. We all know that commencement means a beginning or start. So while this occasion recognizes the completion of your education experience in the district, it is truly a new beginning and the next step in your journey. My hope is that this successful completion of your experience propels you to achieve your goals and dreams. Whether you realize it now or later, you'll be brought back to many moments and memories from this time in your life. Many people have helped you get to this point, and the realization that we cannot do it alone is an important thing for us to remember. Today, I'd also like to share with you a piece of knowledge I came across from James Clear on Twitter. There will never be a perfect time to do something that stretches you. That's true whether you're starting a business, having a child, changing careers, or wrestling with any number of challenges. That's not a license to be reckless and never think things through. But at some point, you have to embrace the uncertainty because it's the only path forward. If you're ready for it, it wouldn't be growth. I think the last year was a true testament of that. However, any one statement about this past year cannot do it justice. But you did it. You completed your K-12 school career under the most unusual circumstances. I believe that too often it's easy for us to become fixated on problems and focus on those, and then we end up with more problems. Rather today, let us focus on possibilities and see opportunities. If this year has taught us anything, it's how to shift our perspective. Early in the pandemic, I read a post from a fellow educator, AJ Giuliani, to our staff that wondered, what if? I hope you can bring this same level of thought to your own experience now in moving forward. I'm going to read it to you here now. If they cancel the rest of the school year, students would miss 2.5 months of education. Many people are concerned students are falling behind because of this. Yes, they may fall behind when it comes to classroom education, but what if? What if instead of falling behind, this group of students are advanced because of this? Hear me out. What if they have more empathy? They enjoy family connection. They can be more creative and entertain themselves. They love to read. They love to express themselves in writing. What if they enjoy the simple things like their own backyard or sitting near a window in the quiet? What if they notice the birds, the different flowers that emerge, and the calming renewal of a gentle rain shower? What if this generation are the ones to learn to cook, organize their space, do their laundry, keep a well-run home? What if they learn to stretch $1 and live with less? What if they learn to plan shopping trips and meals at home? What if they learn the value of eating together as a family and finding the good to share in the small delights of every day? What if they are the ones to place great value on our teachers and educational professionals, librarians, public servants, and the previously invisible essential support workers like truck drivers, grocers, cashiers, custodians, logistic and healthcare workers, and other supporting staff, just to name a few of the millions that took care of us while we were sheltered in place? What if among these children a great leader emerges who had the benefit of a slower pace and a simpler life to truly learn what really matters in life? What if they are ahead? One of the things on the back of your program, the quote from Conan O'Brien tonight talks about righteous anger. I really want you guys to think about that righteous anger and what some of the phrases I said tonight about what that means. And I think that speaks to some of what you got what got you to this point this evening, about how you channel different emotions when we have them. What's something you find passionate to believe in, and how does that inspire you to push forward through those hard and adverse times in your life? So finally tonight, I'm convinced you'll be stronger for this experience and that you are ahead and ready. I'm truly excited for this generation, and we need you badly. There are many problems that plague our society, but you have all the tools to fix them and the ability to see the opportunities ahead. We are ready to learn from and be led by you. It's your time. Ann Browning, principal of Tate High School, has indicated that the class of 2021 has met the requirements of the State Board of Education and the Iowa City Community School District. On behalf of the Board of Education, it gives me great pleasure to accept the class of 2021. Congratulations.
So it is with great pride that I present to you the class of 2021. At this time, we'll have the graduates please come forward to receive their diplomas. Tate High Guidance Counselor, Ms. Christina Brown, will read the graduates' names. Assistant Principal Luke DeVries will congratulate the graduates. The Board of Directors will hand out their diplomas, and I have the honor of turning the tassels.
David Torres. Olivia Chantel Bailey. Carolyn May Broderson. Lauren Michelle Carter. Reese Oliver Cooley. Shamar George Curry. Noah Samuel Edwards. Olivia Grace Elmore. Gabriel Ulumbe Atuma. Alexis Monique Foster. Lucky D. French. Genesis Brian Gillespie. Renard Harold Harris. Spirit HALL-CARPENTER. Bailey Elisa Henderson. Shayla Marie Hogan. Stephen Philip Jenkins III. Natalia Isis Johnson. Clifton V. Kelly. Colton Allen Kolash. Jaquan Caprice Little. Rachel Levio. Raveldi Mangoyo Maccabi. Ruben Martinez. Gage Edward Lee Minter. Nisi Alexis Monteroso Ramirez. Erica Yasmin Morales Hernandez. Renisha Nathan Barnett. Jesus Salvador Rios Gutierrez. Piers Rod. Yader Yafith Rodriguez Guevara. Jacqueline Rodriguez Perez. Mitchell Bradley Shingledecker. Rashay Aman Smith. Zayshawn Gurkel Smith. Cortavon LaRon Stuckey. J. Nicole Wallerick. Tanzania Suet White. Logan Michael Wynn.
Oh, I knew I'd do that. I forgot my reading glasses. Okay, thank you to the Tate High School parents for your support and love, and special thanks to the Englert Theater and the Tate staff for putting this together. As we conclude our program, the Tate graduates are going to take one lap around to the first floor and come back down and sit where the staff are so they can receive their diploma up on the stage. So I'd just like everybody to be seated until the graduates take one trip around, and then our staff will leave and you can follow them out, and the graduates will be out in about 10 minutes. So graduates, congratulations, good luck. Please take your lap around the theater, and congratulations.